Alright, I'm just going to do a quick live video. I know some of you are on the way home, but you'll get to see this later on my Facebook page. And let me show you what I'm going to be painting. Took this picture off of Singer Island, off a burnt bridge, while riding my motorcycle. So I'm going to do something similar to it. I did a digital painting of this, and it really came out nice. I liked it. So I'm going to try it in oils, see what happens. If I screw up, I screw up. Otherwise, let's see if we can make it a nice painting. All right. Okay. So, first let me do a quick drawing. Damn, where's a towel when you need one? Shit. There we go. All right. I'm going to be using these cheapo brushes. And the reason I'm going to use these cheap brushes because I'm going to do an impressionistic painting, very loose painting, and show you guys what you can accomplish with not very much as far as tools go. What's nice about these, they're pure bristle brushes, cheap ones. You can find them at Michael's. They hold a lot of paint. And of course, they do great work. All right, so the colors I have on my palette, this is an 8x10, toned down. I have yellow ochre, cad yellow, alizarin crimson, cad red medium, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, burnt umber, and white. First, let me start by making a quick drawing of this. Let me see, I'm going to establish my horizon being about somewhere here, and then the fence here, a bunch of trees here, a bunch of trees there. That's the rail guard. And I might even add a tree here somewhere. It's not in the picture, but it's my painting. And I can do whatever I want. Make it kind of Florida-ish. It's gonna be... All right, let's start. Now for the darks, I'm gonna use a fat brush first. Use the bigger one. I probably could use it a little bit bigger, but I'm gonna be mess around with this one a little bit. This is a number 4 filbert. To make it dark, I could go ultramarine blue, burnt umber, or even if you don't have burnt umber, you could go burnt sienna. You can make a nice dark color. Use a little bit of mineral spirit, Gamsol if you have that. And let's go to town. So I'm just gonna like, this whole painting is dark anyway. So basically what I'm trying to establish here is the general shape of my, of the landscape. I'm not looking for anything too specific. And again, I can make this whatever I want it to be. Let's put that tree right there, make it look Florida-ish. Let me use a little bit of crimson on this part. All right, so let me see. And the road really curves kind of like this and goes around. This is where all the fence post is going to be, but I know there's a lot of dark on this road here. It goes around the bend. Some of you from Singer Island who I know follow me will know this place. Now notice what I just did here, how I shaped this the guardrail, how it's higher here and it goes down lower. It's called your perspective. Something that you want to do and respect when you're doing a painting. Otherwise it's going to look crazy if you just did exactly parallel all the way. It'd be like rubbish, you know, make no sense. I'm just putting guardrails here. I'm going to paint around all this stuff eventually. Damn, already starting to look like something. I know it goes up to here like that. This is the back of Peanut Island. We're going to put a sailboat around here somewhere. This is a glass palette if you're wondering. You can find that at Hobby Lobby. I think they're the cheapest I found was like 12 bucks. Easy to clean and that whole mess. Now the sky, let me show you the sky again. I thought it was pretty cool how I came to an acute angle like that. That's what we're going to do. All right. Or at least come close to it. So, probably use the same dark mix I got here. Let's add a little bit of crimson, maybe a little bit more ultramarine blue, which is running low. All right, let's make this bad boy. Again, keeping it loose, and then it comes down like this. I know it doesn't look that dark yet, but it will. Right now I'm just going with middle values, and what I'm talking about, when you hear me talk about values, is how dark or how light something is. A value of like 10 is like black. Value of 0 is like white. I'm somewhere in the middle of all this. All right, and then we're gonna make this gray in a few minutes. Actually, you know what? Let me just use a little bit of white in this mix, add a little bit more blue, a little bit of burnt umber. Shit. Crimson, blue, umber. Now notice how I hold the brush, right? I'm not just going straight dead on. That's only when I do the sketch. But now I'm going to use, you know, my brush with purpose. Okay, I use it at every angle. I use it at a low angle. You see, just because the problem is if I just do it like this, see how it's wiping off some of this paint? Remember, you're painting wet on wet. So when you're on top, you have to be a little bit more delicate with the colors are on the bottom or the base layer, you know. It almost sounded sexy. You got to be delicate one on top. Bad joke, kids. I hope nobody's watching this. Not a kid, at least. All right. And then the base is a little bit more white and grayish color. Let me see. Let me use a little bit of crimson, white, and sienna, more blue. There you go. This bad boy is about ready to fall off. Plaster it in here. All right. Now here I see it's a little bit lighter. And extends past these trees right here. And it's okay if some of the canvas is showing through. All right, so now we're gonna start doing like the sunrise or the sunset. What am I talking about? Sunset. Let's start with yellow. And I want to go a little bit with this cad red medium. A little bit of white. More yellow. Let's plop this bad boy on. Now you won't see it too much right off the bat, of course, because I toned my canvas this sienna color, but it's okay. You will see it once I start adding more colors. Now I'm just sculpting around all this, all right, for now, and then we'll add more later. Maybe a little bit of yellow ochre. Tone that down a little bit. All right. Now as I get up a little bit higher, I'm going to mix these two together. Make it like a transition color. Maybe add a little bit of yellow and a little bit of blue. That was too much. Let me see. That was a little bit off. Sorry, I could fix that. Use a little bit of mineral spirit on my paint there so it could flow a little bit easier. Now you see me working around the contours of these darks here. Let me see. A little bit of blue into this. Now I'm putting the paint on pretty thin. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I want to add colors on top, you can't put, you know, thick over thick, really. It's just going to move your paint all the way around. You want to use thick over thin, and you don't want to use thin over thick. Otherwise, your painting will eventually crack at some point in time because of movement. Paint, just like wood and any other material, depending on weather, will be affected. and movements and all that. Come to think about it, I don't know if I should have really tinted this canvas. It was too dark. Like I said, I really don't care if it, doesn't come out, because I could always fix it later, right? This is just for demo purposes. I felt like doing the painting for some reason. And some of you who follow me on my Facebook page, I think are used to it now that I'm a little bit spontaneous when it comes to doing things like this. I don't give a heads up. I just do. If it's coming to mind, I'm just doing it. There you go, just a little bit dark at the top. I just used blue with a little bit of burnt umber. There you go, just making some of these lighter strokes. Let me make a little bit more of these. Dark colors. It's okay if they mix together and blend. It's the beauty of oils. Unlike acrylic, I would really have to do a mash up. I mean, acrylic, it's a rough, really rough blend there. You don't want to overmix too much. Something I just kind of did, blend a little bit too much. Use some of this, a little bit here, a little bit of white. Just goes to show, with just a little bit of time on you, because when you do like plein air, when you paint on site, you don't always have time to capture the moment fully. In most instances, you only have but an hour or two, and light will change drastically on you. What you started out with is really not what's in front of you in about 45 minutes to an hour. So you're chasing light. Okay, I could work with that. Let's put some sky holes here, like break this big mass. And the beauty with Impressionism is that not everything has to be like so, how should I say, so uniform, right? You don't have to be like so perfect. It gives you the freedom to do whatever you want, and yet it still looks lively. Okay, with this thin El Cheapo brush here, I'm going to work like this sunset right here. So I'm going to use, you know what? Let me use yellow ochre. Now remember, I told you these little cheap brushes here hold a lot of paint. And you could shape them, okay, to a decent point. Not as sharp as, you know, other brushes, you know, like a synthetic brush or whatnot. But decent enough to accomplish what you want to do. And the thing is, you don't want to overmix. Use some of this Indian yellow here, a little bit of crimson, yellow, Indian yellow. See how thick it just plots this paint on? And this is with a cheap brush. And don't be afraid to put a lot of paint on your brush. A lot of people, the mistake that they make is not putting enough paint on your brush, and they wonder why it's starting to look shitty or everything's starting to blend. You know what? Let me break up this tree line. There you go. Just like that. Let me put some white. I'm gonna work on the water here, and then I'm gonna start working on this dark area as well. So the water is going to be approximately the sky color. Now, if the sky is dark, your water is going to be light. If the sky is light, your water is going to be dark. It's opposite effects. And that's usually true for any kind of shadow. Put a little bit of burnt sienna on there. Let's test this out. Yeah. These are all these multiple little islands in the back there. Now I'm going to respect my lines here. I'll go back over it after, I guess. Use some of that yellow. There's some shadow of these little islands here. Now, some of you are commenting. Hey, how you doing, Thomas? Natasha, hello. Christine, how are you? Yeah, I don't usually do this on my personal Facebook page. That's why you guys are probably surprised, like, ooh, what the hell happened? Didn't know about this. It's because I usually don't. But I just felt kind of like adventurous today. I said, why the hell not? Let me just do that. Right? Spread the wealth around. Sometimes I do it on Instagram. Well, lately I've been doing it on Instagram. And I will resume on my Facebook page as well. But I'm just kind of like a little bit everywhere right now. This is Singer Island, Florida. For those of you just joining me, you can look it up. The name of the area, you know what? This is becoming like BS. The name of the area is Burnt Bridge, Singer Island, Florida. I could always fix that after. I used to go fishing there a lot back when I was in just starting high school. It used to be a wooden bridge. It was there for the longest time, and they completely redid the bridge. I mean, it looks nice. I don't go fishing there anymore, but nonetheless, it was a beautiful place. Okay, so now let me start working on some of these darks here. Back to blue. Let's throw some burnt umber on the palette here. Right now. Burnt umber to make a nice dark, and use a little bit of alizarin crimson. Alizarin crimson is a very like it's actually a semi-transparent color, so it's it will make some really nice darks. Look at that. It almost looks black, but it's not black. Funny how that works, huh? I hardly ever use black on my palette, if none at all. You can make black with your 3 primary colors. And you could also make it, you know, a cool black, warm black. This is just black. I'm laying the paint on a little bit thick there, and I'm just really kissing the canvas here. Being mindful. And while I have this black, shite, bad angle. Get the point. Now I know there's a rail guard right up here. Notice how I'm holding the brush too, right? And it's really like the road was like pretty dark here. And it goes around the bend, but we'll describe that in a few minutes. Now I'm going to work on that background island. Use any of my dark mixes over here, add a little bit of white to show distance. There you go, to differentiate things a little bit, to make this come closer. The closer you are, the subject is to you, the darker it will be, versus, you know, being further out. Let's put a tree here, there. Now I know there's a little pathway between the rail guard. There you go, just like that. I'm gonna do something about this because it's a road. I don't know if I want to make it like old school and just make it look like it's dirt road instead. Because, you know, you can do whatever you want, right? So, I mean, why not? Yeah, you know what? Let's make it dirt road. I'm at a bad angle here, so hold on. Thank you, Christine. Really appreciate it. Just trying something out, you know, trying something new. I know usually I do it typically on my Facebook page, but just want to try something new, you know, what the hell. I'm really plopping this in thin, and there's a reason why I'm doing it. There's all the trees here as well. You know what? Let me make another dark color here. We'll extend the trees because they're on both sides of the bridge. So basically, I just shorten the bridge there a little bit. We're gonna make the road. Because there was light, because there were cars coming from behind me. So let me just add some of this yellow ochre with red. I guess I have to do it this way. They get smaller as you go further away and closer to each other. There you go. And I'm putting on really thick paint here. They get closer. There you go. As they're closer to you, they're further apart. There you go. The sun kissing the top of that rail a little bit. Going around the bend. There you go. clean this up a little bit. So the color that we'd have to use for this road is going to be somewhat like the sky. Let me bring this a little bit closer towards me. There you go. Let me see. Let's put some white to this. Use this whole dirty mix here. Let's show like it's going around the bend. Shit. This is going to be kind of like portraying gravel of sorts. Same dealio here. Yeah. Now the road that I did back there, I'm gonna have to, actually add a little bit more blue because it's in shadow. Kiss the canvas. And remember, this is wet on wet, so I gotta really apply the shit pretty like soft. Okay. There you go. Trying to rectify the back road as it goes around the bend. Make it a little bit tighter. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. That's the money shot. I'll probably put another tree somewhere. Let me see. First. Shit. Sometimes when you try to add stuff on, especially when it's wet on wet, it's like a bitch. Okay. There. Trying to think, let me see. Add some of this to separate the cloud a little bit from that base cloud that I just, there you go. Just use the same, it was the approximate same color, so just darker. So I used it. There you go, give it a little bit of contrast. Let me see, probably benefit more if I did it from this view, huh? Let me see. We're gonna try to take some of this glare off of your view there. All right, I think that's a little bit better. Not for me, but you're the ones that count. I wonder if I should put a tree here bending down. No. Actually, what I'm gonna do is add another guardrail. There is actually another guardrail here. Use some of this light color here, just now let me work on this palm tree in the back here. It's not a coconut palm, but you know, I should have probably done a coconut palm. You know, I could still do it. Let's leave it like that. It's already there. Let's put a second one. A smaller one. I'm just like kissing the canvas again. Trying to keep a steady hand here. I have a liner brush, but it's just to show you what, let me see. All right, that was a bad idea. All right. You mess around too much and you find out really quick. Let me see. Erase that. Put a nice thick dollop of paint. Let me make that dark again. I'll make it like the tree was from behind. I don't know why I went around and messed with that. Real artist issues. So, you think we get this stuff all in a one shot? No, we screw up. You think we're professionals and all that, but we do make mistakes. All right, sometimes if it doesn't work, just look, just fix it. Just while it's still early, and then there you go. There you go. All right, let me use actually my liner, if you want to call it that, my skinny round. All right, let's put a, there you go, steady my hand there a little bit. I can work with that. All right, I'm probably gonna leave the road the way it is because it's impressionistic anyway. So leave this bad boy the way it is. And I actually wanted to add I was wondering if I should just add like tire marks going through here, but no, not gonna happen. All right, there was something I was gonna do. Oh, sailboat. There wasn't one there, but let me show you the picture again. There was a tree right here, but I'm not gonna add that in either. Yes, I changed it up a little bit. Only because I know what the bridge looks like. And I figured, well, I can do this. I'm allowed to. Let me see if I can put this boat. I don't want to put it in the center of the painting. Let me just do it like an offshoot. Like, make it look far away. There you go. It adds a little of a touch here. If the boat is light, the reflection is going to be dark. Use my finger. Don't forget to put the sail. There. There you go. I can work with that. I should probably put like a pelican just sitting there waiting for it, just watching a sunset, or even like right here somewhere. But that would take too much time. And I know you guys like have to go eat, go to Chipotle, make dinner, whatnot. So I'm gonna leave that alone. It's gonna be for another day. Let me just add one more boat. I don't know, this boat's kind of lonely. It needs a friend. Let me see, we all need a friend somewhere, right? This bad boy is going to be like right around the bend over here. Actually, this island opens up. There's a pathway here and it goes around. Just so some of you are not familiar with the... That boat is too bright. Takes away from the painting. Let's give it a little bit of darkness. Let's put the sails down. There you go. One of those. Let's give it a shadow. There. Sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. I kind of want to give this some reflection of the sun. Because, you know, when you take a picture with the camera doesn't always pick up some of the midtones and stuff like that. It's either going to pick like really dark or really like overexposed. Let me see if I can do this without screwing it up. Let me see, yellow ochre, yellow, a little bit of sienna, a little bit of red. Let's see if I can do this. I could always like some of the trees catching reflection of the sun. There you go. Yeah, that works actually. Yes. There you go. Sometimes you just got to be a little bit adventurous. If it didn't work, I'd just wait till the paint dries tomorrow. And I just like paint right back over it. Who cares? All right. You know what? I'm going to leave it at that. I'm afraid if I continue, I have a feeling I might screw this up as I'm doing, just fixing something here. There you go. Just like that. There you go. That's showing that's going around the bend, should I say, and then the guardrails. All right. I'm going to call this done. Keep it simple. It's only an 8x10. It's not meant to have a lot of details. We'll just leave it like that. I think it's fine. Now just add a little bit of a signature here. Let me paint it in, whoops. I know I had a small brush somewhere. Shit, I just lost it. Oh, here it is. All right, let's just do this. This is gonna feel weird. 7 a.m. Damn, are we that far apart, Christine? Oh yeah, Australia. I forgot. Or you're from Australia, right, Christine, or New Zealand? I forgot. Thank you for the compliment, Christine. All right, let's go. There you go. I'm right behind the camera, so it's kind of hard to angle this. Well, shit me not. Look at that. It all worked out. Oh, West Australia. Okay. All right. It's always nice to have friends in faraway places. Maybe when I visit one day, I'll hit you up and say, I'm here. You know, we probably could paint together or something. I know you guys have a lot of beautiful landscape. So, anywho, let me see if I can catch this from a different angle without too much glaring. Hold on. Let me... There. That's a little bit better, right? You can see this without too much of the glare. There you go. Yeah, it's a little bit different from the picture itself, but like I said, it's your picture, it's my reference photo, and even if it was somebody else's reference photo, I mean, whatever. I mean, make it yours. You don't want, the exact replica of what you see. It's just that, it's just a reference photo. So the artistic part of this is to make it what you want it to be, right? So you don't have to copy exactly everything that you see. Just make it your own, make it your style, and people eventually will recognize, like, oh yeah, I know this guy. All right, one more time. How we transform this to a little quickie painting, 8x10. not too bad with some cheap brushes, right? So, all right, guys, thank you very much, all of you who took the time to join me and watch this video. Probably didn't get a lot of people watch this. I'm gonna keep it up there forever. I'm not gonna delete it. So if any one of you guys that are not usually on my Facebook page, this is for you that are on my personal page. I have a Facebook page where I do all this, and I also have a YouTube channel, Gebahi Artworks. You could go there as well and pick out the videos that you like. I have a whole bunch of different, videos for you to watch, and you could learn something. It's when you have nothing to do, sometimes you just want to paint. There you go. This was like, I just want to try and break that mask a little bit. So when I'm doing something like this, I don't want to put the exact color. I want to put a little bit darker than the surrounding color, because when you're putting a light color against a dark color, that light color is going to really stand out. So you want to make it like one or two values darker than your surrounding. There you go. Just there. Just like that. Tidbit. All right. Again, it's going to be up there forever. I'm going to try to do more videos and get you guys to come around, look at these videos if you're interested, learn how to paint. I don't always do oils. I usually do acrylics. That's my main medium. But lately I've been having some feelings for oils. So I'm just going back to her, I guess. She's showing me a lot of love. So, anywho. There you go. All right, guys. Have a great evening. Stay safe. Love you all. Thanks for all your support. And I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.